welcome, and thank you for being here. In our practice today, the Vinyasa flow yoga practice, we will be emphasizing, incorporating twists, spinal rotations. And this will be to allow and promote a letting go. And with this practice, we will be allowing grace to help us shed what is no longer needed and shed anything that is getting in the way of realizing our true nature, our inner peace, spaciousness, already whole, already okay. So, before we start, just a word of warning, caution. If you find during this practice at any time you feel the level of stress or tension in the body-mind increasing, that's your inner guide encouraging you to stop or slow down or to do less and simply reconnect to your inner wisdom, this place of already okayness. Before we begin the moving part of the practice, I invite you to settle into a seat, or you could lie down and take a moment to reconnect. I'm going to read a poem that I wrote about a year ago, about the same time, where we're just past the spring equinox and moving into a new moon cycle. So as I read this, see if you can allow this connection, enjoy this connection inside. New moon. New moon rising, sun below the horizon lights the moon's shadow. From dark night, hint of sweet scent just beyond the edge of morning. Step through the closed door, be fully in the gap. Feel the dark night giving way to the light. So, even now in the midst of local and global uncertainty and change, we can remind ourselves that we too are part of this cycle of change, part of nature's cycles, this ebb and flow of life. As you stay connected to self, come back to the ebb and flow of your breath. Open the eyes, and let's play around with a mudra, hand position called Anusasana mudra, the gesture of direction. And in this mudra, we're just making a loose fist with the thumbs outside and pointing the index fingers out. And this mudra is one that stimulates or brings awareness to an energy current, the Vayana Vayu, that's all pervading. And it's very helpful. We move from center outward to the extremities, and it's very helpful for releasing and removing blockages. It affects mostly the second through the sixth chakras, but moving the energy from center outward and having us reconnect with the integration of center. So let's start with this mudra with the index fingers pointing out. We'll point them towards whatever feels like center for you today. And take a breath in to feel the energy coming in to center. And as you exhale, let the hands move out to visualize the energy moving out to the extremities. So we'll breathe in to center, fill up, and exhale, send the energy outward in all directions. We'll do that a couple more times. Breathe in to center. Exhale, bring the energy outward. And now let's release the mudra and turn the hands, palms face downward. And breathe in and sit a little taller. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, rotate the spine towards your right and relax the hands down. So this is our first twist. And so see if you can be in the twist without forcing, without having any part of the spine feeling uncomfortable. So if you need to unwind some, do that. You can place the hands in whatever position simply supports that position for your spine, keeping the torso lengthening. Let's take a breath in to feel the lengthening, and exhale, drop the energy down into your grounding. Take one more breath in, lengthening out through the crown, and exhale downward. And then breathe in. We'll turn the spine into more neutral and relax the arms for a moment. So we're going to do this on the other side. When we do it on the other side, notice the position of the neck. If you are holding the neck in a position that, again, increases strain or stress, this is where you can make these adjustments, move slower, and find a position that feels the best. So we'll breathe in and lengthen with the arms out. Exhale, rotate down towards the left, staying tall. We'll release the hands down, positioning the hands in whatever position simply supports this position for you. Breathing in, find more length, and exhale, downward. Take another breath in, find length, relax your neck, and exhale, send the energy downward. Breathe in, and we'll rotate to look forward again, and exhale the hands down. Now let's come to hands and knees. And you can remove your blanket if you wish, or if you'd like your blanket under your knees for cushioning, feel free to do that. So knees right under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Let's actually place the hands slightly forward of the shoulders and tuck the toes under and send the hips back. So this is puppy pose. Relax the neck and experience a stretch through the arms, the shoulders, lengthening the spine. So we're going to move from this puppy pose into cat pose. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, send the hips forward and lift the back body up towards the ceiling. Lift the navel. And inhale, let's come back to puppy. Lengthen the spine. And exhale into cat pose. Let's do a couple more. Breathing in, lengthen, exhale, cat. You can continue with this, or as you exhale this time, you can come into downward facing dog. In this down dog, see if you can still keep the length of the spine. So part of what we're playing around with in our twist is to continue to lengthen the spine. So we want to keep the length before we twist. And so let's focus on lengthening the spine. If you find that the low back is rounding or doesn't feel good here, bend the knees. If you find that the shoulders are complaining, a couple of ideas here. You could have the hands wider apart, or point the fingers outward slightly until you find a position that's comfortable. If wrists do not like down dog, you could come in into this version of down dog on your forearms with the elbows under your shoulders, hands either out in front or clasped. So that variation, if you'd like. If your inner wisdom is saying none of those, come back to puppy pose. So from wherever you are here, let's just take one more breath in and out. And then transition, walking the feet forward, transition to a standing forward fold, either a half version of this or deeper. Again, bending the knees may support the low back for you. See what feels better. From here, take one more inhale and exhale, releasing completely, encouraging this shedding. And then as you breathe in, let's come all the way up, lengthening the torso, reaching the arms up overhead. And take a moment to feel your grounding and to receive whatever this practice will be giving. Part of the uncertainty. Take another inhale and exhale. Let's bring palms down to heart center. Now separate the feet a little wider than hip distance and we'll interlace the fingers. We are moving into another releasing movement that is called wood chopper. And before I play with the arms, let's just get the torso and the legs and hips in a way that will feel the best. So we're going to be breathing in wood chopper, and as you exhale, bend your knees to enable this hinging at the hips. So you can either keep the chest lifted, especially if low back is complaining, or if that's not a problem for you today, you can let the chest come down. Knees stay bent. And then inhale. As you inhale, we'll come up and straighten the legs. So let's add the arms and the sound. So when we inhale through the nose, as you exhale, let there be some sound. This will facilitate the letting go that we are focusing on in this practice. So, and you don't have to know, by the way, what you're letting go of. Just a releasing and a clearing, because your true nature is always there. So we're clearing out whatever is disguising that. So as you breathe in, let's bring the hands up overhead. You can keep the elbows bent. Exhale. Ha. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale. Ha. Breathe in. Ha. Let's do a few more. Go at your own pace. Ha. 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 And then come up and relax the arms down. Bring your feet back under the hips. Relax the shoulders back and down. Release any tension in the neck and shoulders. And bring palms together at heart center. Reconnecting with the always wholeness that's inside. Breathe in now and stretch the arms forward and up, and exhale, stretch over to the right side. Breathe in and lengthen upwards, feeling the spine lengthen. Exhale over to the left. Breathe in as you come up. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe in and come into your half fold. Lengthen from the hips to your crown. And then exhale, fold again. Breathe in, stretch all the way up and reach. And exhale, bring palms to heart center. Now let's move through some sun salutations. There's many variations of sun salutations. So if you have a variation that feels good to you, that you're familiar with, please do that. We will all pause at down dog or in any resting pose that you choose. So we'll pause there to give everyone a chance to be there, be here. So don't rush. Go as fast or as slow as your breath is moving. Turning towards the front of your mat. Reconnecting with heart. Take a breath in and reach the arms up, receiving in this upward salute. And exhale, fold forward. Breathe in and come into your half fold. And then exhale, bring the hands down, jump, step, hop back, whatever you wish, lower down, either all the way to the belly or hovering. As you breathe in, lift the chest in any version of a prone back bend, upward facing dog, any version of cobra. And then exhale, come into down dog or any resting pose. Reconnect with the breath. Take one more inhale. On or after your exhale, bring your feet forward. As you breathe in, let's look forward into your half fold. Create this sense of length. And exhale, fold again. Breathe in, stretch all the way up. Reach for the ceiling. Feel your grounding at the same time. Exhale, bring palms to heart center. Let's do that again. Breathe in, lift up, lift the heart. Exhale, fold as you relax the heart down. Breathe in and lengthen, feel the heart lift. Exhale, place the hands down, step or hop, jump back, lower down, or all the way to the belly or hovering. As you breathe in, come into your back bend, and exhale, come into down dog, or any resting pose. Wherever you are, come to the breath. Find this connection, this ebb and flow of breath, connecting you to the ebb and flow, natural change of life. Take one more breath in, and on or after your exhale, step the feet forward or hop the feet forward. Breathe in as you come into your half fold, and exhale, fold again. Breathe in and reach all the way up. And exhale, bring palms to heart center. And let's come into chair pose. So, hands in whatever position feels the best for your shoulders. You can keep hands in this mudra at heart center. You may want to bring the arms up or out in front. We'll pause here. Really feel your grounding in this stability of foundation that you're establishing in the body. One translation I like of chair pose is fierce prayer pose. So if you wish, you can offer your fierce prayers here. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, fold forward. Continue through the sun salutation in whatever variation you like. Breathing, moving with your breath, and we'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Feel free during this flow to add any variation or to skip parts and just come to a resting pose. From down dog, we will move to warrior one, bringing the right foot forward. Again, you may have a preference on how this transition works for your body the best. So as you breathe, create this transition to bring the right foot forward and plant the left heel and come into warrior one. Any way you do this is fine. I'm going to just turn to face you, again with right foot forward, left foot back, grounded, stable. You can bring the arms up. Let's bring the hands into this mudra again with the index fingers pointing outward. And we'll take a breath in and point to center. And as you exhale, send the energy outward in all directions, out to the extremities. We'll breathe in and nurture center and exhale out. Breathe in as you feel and nurture center. Exhale out. Relax the arms down. Let's shorten your stance. So step the left foot a little closer to the right foot. And we will create this stance as a foundation for hinging forward in this split-legged forward fold. Hands can either be at heart center, or you may want to place hands behind your hips or your waist, whatever feels the most comfortable. Breathe in and feel the heart lifting, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, keep this length through the spine and hinge forward. Relax the neck. Feel the foundation of both of your feet, including the left foot and heel. One more breath in to lengthen the spine. And exhale, draw into your navel. Help release all of the breath. Breathe in. Let's lift the chest and come up. And exhale, relax the arms down. Inhale, step the feet together. Come back to mountain pose. Let's continue. We'll do the same sequence on the other side. So if your inner guide was whispering to you to do something different, you may want to try that on this side. As you breathe in, let's reach the arms up. Exhale into chair pose. Pause here. Let's offer fierce prayers. Take another breath in. As you exhale, fold forward. Breathe in, lengthen into your half, and then exhale, bring the hands down, lower down with your breath. Breathe in, come into your back bend, and exhale, move into your resting pose, down dog, child's pose, whatever position you want to pause and reconnect to the ebb and flow of your breath from. From down dog, we'll continue into warrior one with the left foot forward, the right foot back. So move into that position into warrior one using any transition that you'd like. Move with the breath and plant the left foot and the right heel. Lift into warrior one. And adjust any bit where you feel the foundation more strongly, with more stability. I'm going to face you again with the left foot forward, right foot back. Lift the arms, lifting the heart. And we're again coming into this Anushasana mudra with the index fingers out. Relax the shoulders back and down to broaden across the heart. We'll bring fingers pointing towards center. Take a breath in to fill up your center exhale out to the extremities. Releasing any blockages in the body-mind. Let's relax the hands down. We'll shorten the stance by bringing the right foot closer to the left and bring palms together at heart center, hands at the hips, behind the hips or waist, whatever feels best. Find some stability. Take an inhale, lengthen as you exhale, lengthen the spine forward. Engage the front of the abdomen so you have some stability of support. Only go as far down as it feels good to the body. So if you feel your low back complaining, lift up higher. If you want more stability, make sure that this left knee is not locked so you have more strength in your foundation. Let's take one more breath in, finding length. Exhale to release the breath completely. And inhale, lift the chest, will come up. And relax the arms down. Take a breath in, we'll step the feet together. Take your next inhale to stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale, stretch over to the left side this time, and inhale up and exhale right. Breathe in and lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Continue through your version of the sun salutation. Move with your breath. We'll all meet up in a resting pose. So feel free to pause here, to pause in any position such as plank pose. You may want to move through cat-cow or be in puppy. So we'll just take another couple breath cycles here, doing whatever movement feels the best to your body. And then from this position, or down dog, let's transition again to Warrior One with the right foot forward. So again, from whatever transition feels the best to you, just move with your breath, move in harmony with what the body feels works best. And we'll come to Warrior One again with right foot forward. I'll face you once more. So from this Warrior One, going to add the twist. So we'll bring hands to heart center, relax the shoulders back and down, and simply lean in, lean the chest forward. And you can stay here, but to incorporate the twist, we're simply going to look to the right side. If you wish, you could turn into the twist, turning towards the right thigh. You could lift the left heel to add a little more mobility through the pelvis. Drawing the right hip back. You may lower the hands to the outer right leg. These are just some different arm variations. You could bring your left hand down to the mat and bring your right arm up. You may want to bring palms together and loop the left elbow over the right knee, lifting the chest. Let's take one more breath in and out. Breathe in. As you exhale, let's bring the hands down. Inhale and step the foot back. Either pause here, plank pose, move through a vinyasa of any kind of flow. You could add cat-cow again here. Or rest in down dog or child's pose. Let's take a couple more breath cycles. come into warrior one with the left foot forward, using whatever transition works best for your body here. Left foot is forward, right foot is back. I'll turn forward for a moment. We'll bring hands up overhead and then to heart center. Lean forward. So the purpose of this, as we lean forward, the purpose of leaning forward is to lengthen the spine. So in warrior one, there can be a little bit of a back bend, and we want to lengthen, we want to eliminate the back bend before we start twisting. So lengthening the spine here, turn towards the left thigh. If you wish, you could pick up your right heel and press it back, drawing the left hip back. You could place other variations of arms. You could place the hands down across the outer side of your left leg, or you may want to have your right hand down and the left arm up, or bring palms together, looping the right elbow over the left knee. Take one more breath in and out. Breathe in, and then exhale, place the hands down. Inhale, let's bring the feet back. Pause here and plank. Or you may go through the Vinyasa down to the belly, or come into cat-cow, or rest in down dog or child's pose. Reconnect with the ebb and flow of your breath here. Give yourself a deep breath in. As you exhale, let's come back to a standing forward bend. From this forward bend, we're going to do a releasing breath. So, position yourself in a way that feels good. So you could be more uplifted, or you could be hinging more deeply. See what feels better to your body. We're going to breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's do a couple more breath cycles. Bend the knees. Find your stability of grounding. As you breathe in, come slowly up. Reach for the ceiling. And exhale. Bring palms to heart center. We'll relax the hands down by your sides and experiment with a standing twist. Balancing standing twist. Let's warm up a little bit before we start. We're going to just do an easy stretch, an easy twist from side to side. Warming up the spine. And come back to face forward and plant the feet. For this balance, you're welcome to be off of your mat. If you're using a wall, because that can also help keep you safe, you would, in this position, you'd want to have the wall, the left hip facing the wall, because we're going to be twisting towards the left hip first, so you can have your wall there to catch you. Okay, so we'll press down through the right foot. And let's just do this, the first warm-up of the movement, and then we'll add the balance as a second step. So plant the right foot, lift the left heel, bring the arms out, and you could come into Vinyasa mudra with the index fingers. So stand tall, relax the shoulders back and down. Breathe in, and as you exhale, let's turn the torso to face the left. Good. You can stay right here, or you could pick up your left knee, or you could play around with what your hands are doing. You could bring the right hand to the outer edge of your left. You could straighten the left leg. You could bring the right hand to the outer edge of your left foot and bring the left hand either straight out or behind you, whatever feels available. So looking at it from this side, we're doing this, or maybe straightening the leg or holding it, having a bind with your foot. Take a breath in, let's unwind and settle the left foot down. As an intermission, come back to an easy stretch, an easy twist. Release whatever judgments, expectations you have. That's part of what we can shed here. So let's try that same thing on the other side, where we have the left foot being your foundation. We'll lift the right heel and bring the hands out. You can come into this index finger mudra, encouraging this releasing from center outward. Take an inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, turn towards the right. Keep this length in your spine as you rotate. You could pause right there or lift your right knee, and then you could play around, maybe adding a different position for your left hand, or stretching the right leg forward, or adding the little bind with your left hand to the outer edge of your right foot. As you breathe in, let's unwind and come forward. Grace is not required with that little movement, or any movement really. And we'll just come back to a gentle twist, finding your grounding, finding your ease, shedding whatever mental noise might have collected during that last pose. Now, we'll come back to your mat. If you were off of the mat at the wall, come back to your mat, and let's face the long edge of your mat and step the feet a little wider apart. Have the toes pointing towards the long edge of your mat. And then let's point the left foot towards the short end of your mat and bend the left knee. Come into Warrior Two. So take a moment to refine the stretch. You may want to lengthen or shorten or change the position of the legs slightly to be the most comfortable and stable for your hips. Bringing the hands out in Warrior Two. We'll play with Vinyasa mudra once more. Send the index fingers out. Maybe relaxing the shoulders down, bringing the tips of the index fingers, the pads of the fingers pointing outward. Breathe in and point to center, and exhale out. Release the mudra and relax the palms facing upward. Bend the elbows to touch the fingertips to your shoulders. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, we'll rotate the spine to face the short edge of your mat. Breathe in and face the long edge. Exhale, face the short edge. Let's do one more. Breathe in and unwind and relax the arms down. Straighten the left leg. We'll move into triangle pose here. So if you want to use a block for your triangle pose, you can grab that now. You can place the block somewhere behind your left ankle. Breathe in and lengthen as you exhale. Stretch the torso to the left. Find lots of length along the sides of your body. Find a position for your neck that does not add strain or tension. And any position for your right hand. Hip above, behind the waist. You can use your block here if you wish, or simply place your left hand somewhere on your leg. Take one more breath in and out. Breathe in and come up. And then exhale the hands down. And we'll shorten the stance slightly. So bring your right foot closer towards your left foot. And then we're going to turn the chest towards the short end of the mat. And I'll face you so you can get a sense of what we're doing here. You may want to block here. We're going to move into a revolved triangle pose. So we're creating a short enough stance. The heels, each heel is lined up more or less with the hip bones or sitting bones, whatever feels the most stable, so you could have a wider stance if you wish. The right heel is down. That's going to be part of your foundation. We'll place the block inside or outside the left foot. Inhale and bring the right arm up and lengthen. Exhale, let's twist to the left. You could use your left hand to guide this left hip back. Breathe in for length. As you exhale, we're going to hinge forward, create length in the spine, and then place the hand down on your block or your mat, inside or outside the left foot. Turn the chest towards the left. You can place your left hand, keep it at the hip, behind the waist, above the shoulder, whatever feels good to your body. So here's the way, it may have been hard to see from that angle. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, lower the left arm. Breathe in and come up. And then we'll step the feet together and rearrange our stance again so that the feet, the toes are pointing towards the long edge of your mat. If you like to use block for triangle pose, you may want to position the block somewhere towards the short end of your mat, somewhere close to your right foot. Now let's turn the right toes and point them to the short edge of your mat. Keep the chest pointing to the long edge. Bend your right knee, and we'll bring the arms wide. Again, take your time to find the stance, the positioning of the feet and legs that feels the most stable without causing or increasing strain or stress. Let's bring the fingers into the mudra, the index fingers pointing out with the pads of the fingers pointing outward. As you breathe in, point to center. As you exhale, send the energy outward, releasing all blockages. Breathe in to center. Exhale out. Now let's release the hands, palms face up. Bend the elbows, touch the fingers to the shoulder tops, and breathe in. As you exhale, draw into the navel, turn the chest towards the right. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, again, twisting right. Let's do one more. Breathe in and unwind. And relax the arms down. Let's straighten the right leg. We'll move into triangle pose. Bring the arms out. Take a breath in. Find length through the spine, lifting the heart. Exhale, stretch to the right. Get as much length as you can. Keep the chest open and broad. And then find what you want to do with your arms. They could be behind waist or one arm down, one up, maybe using your block if you like. Let the neck be comfortable. Take one more breath in and out. As you breathe in, lift up and relax the arms down. We'll shorten the stance, so bring your left foot to come closer to the right. Turn towards the short edge of your mat. I'll turn towards you for a moment. So part of what we want to do is create the foundation here that feels the most stable. So experiment with the length that your legs or feet are apart. Experiment with how wide they are apart. And relax the shoulders. We'll add a twist, so it's important to create a strong, stable base. Let's place the block either inside or outside the right foot. Breathe in and stretch the left arm up. Exhale, stay here and just twist. Breathe in, create length. Exhale, keep the length as you hinge forward from your hips. Bring left hand down to the block. Turn the chest towards the right. Add any variation for this right arm. Take another breath in. As you exhale, unwind. Let the right arm come down. Breathe in and lift up. Relax the arms. Let's step the feet together. Bring palms together. Face the front of your mat once more. Standing here, is it possible to shed whatever is getting in the way of your joy, your inner peace? What are you hanging on to? Allow grace to help let it go. As you breathe in, let's open the heart, lift the arms and lift up, receiving. Exhale, fold. Breathe in and look forward. And exhale, place the hands down and step back into whatever pose you'd like to pause in for a moment. It could be down dog, child's pose, plank, any version of plank. We'll take 2 more breath cycles. From here, we'll move into a seated position. Begin to lower the knees and find your seat. position, you may want to sit on the edge of a folded blanket or on a block. These props simply let the hips lift a little bit, so you could have a little more mobility through the hips and pelvis to allow the natural curve of the spine, especially in the lumbar, the low back. We're going to add a twist. So let's straighten the left leg, press out through the left heel, lift the left toes up so you have this active foundation for the left leg. And bend your right knee, and we'll play with a few variations. So take a moment now and see what seems to fit this side of the body the best. We'll be twisting to the right, whatever foundation you choose. So you could stay here with the right heel in front of the sitting bone. You may want to draw the left heel a little more towards your center line and cross the right foot over. See how that feels? If that doesn't feel as good, go back to the first option. Or you could lean a little bit to the left and bend your left knee and have that position as your foundation. So if those second two options don't feel as good, come back to the first. And let's place the right hand down, sit tall, sit as tall as you can. Breathe in, and as you exhale, draw into the navel, turn the chest towards the right, and find your breath. Find this ease of breath, this natural ebb and flow. If you wish, you can change what your left hand is doing. You can bring the elbow forward. You can add any variation for this left or right hand too. Don't stress or strain the spine as you twist. I'm going to take 2 more breath cycles, breathing in for length and exhale downward. As you breathe in, let's come back to neutral for the spine, and we'll change the legs, stretching right leg out, lifting right toes, creating some active energy in the right leg. This could be the option for your foundation with your left heel in front of the sitting bone there, or you could slide the right heel slightly towards center, cross the left foot over. Or you could lean a little to the right, bend the right knee, and have this be your foundation. So the body will tell you what it prefers. Come back to that option, and we'll place the left hand down, sit tall, let there be length along the spine, lift in the heart, breathe in deeply, exhale, turn towards the left, drawing the left shoulder back. Find a position that feels the best for your neck. Find the position that feels the best to your right arm. Whatever it wants to do, it's fine. Experiment. That's usually the only way we can know what feels best. Let's take a couple more breath cycles. Breathe in and feel energy of liftedness. And exhale, allow the energy of groundedness. As you breathe in, turn to face forward, and let's bend both knees and relax the knees out to the sides. Soles of the feet facing one another, touching. This is a position that if you like to use a block under one or both thighs, feel free to do that. If this does not feel good to your knees or your hips, you could experiment with sliding your feet further forward and see how that feels. Or come into any seated position now. Just take a moment to tune in, reconnect with what's already there, with what's always there. Gently bring the knees together and come onto the back. You may want to bring a block with you as you settle into this position onto your back, releasing the blanket off of the mat if you are using, and we'll come onto the back. And let's keep the knees bent and set up for bridge pose. So feet are planted. You can walk the heels close to your hips to give a lot of leverage when you lift the hips. If you'd like, you can keep the block handy if you want to place the block under the hips at the sacrum for a supported bridge. But take a moment now just to relax the chest open, maybe tuck the shoulders under to feel the foundation of your shoulders as well. So not just your feet and legs, but also the shoulders. The hands in any variation you'd like. Down by your sides, up, under. As you breathe in, press down through the shoulders of the feet, lift the hips, arrange the neck for comfort. So we want to keep this space. We don't want the neck to be flat or on a blanket. If there's any discomfort for the neck, come down, bring the hips down. This is where, if you wish, you could tuck the block underneath or not. Keep your gaze on the ceiling, not on the video screen. And give yourself a few more breath cycles. If you wish, you could add some movement if you're not using the block, that is. So you could breathe in and feel the hips lifting a little bit, and exhale, let the hips lower a little bit, or simply keep them lifted with both the inhale and the exhale. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, lower the hips gently. And let's bring and remove the block if you were using. And let's bring one knee in towards the chest, and then the other. Take your block now and place the block below the knees, in between the knees. And it could be on whatever side has the knees feel the most comfortable, the knees and hips feel the most comfortable. So this block, we're squeezing in to create the legs acting as one unit. Bring the knees more over the hips than over the abdomen. Bring the feet up so that the heels are more in line with your knees, like a right angle for your legs. And bring your hands down in a position that feels the most grounding, the most stable. So you can have your palms facing down, either out from the shoulders, slightly lower. You could bend one elbow and have a forearm down, for example. Do that with each hand. Whatever's the most stable. Access your core muscles. So imagine that there's a belt around your waist. Tighten the belt. Imagine you're putting on a pair of skinny jeans and zipping up the skinny jeans. And have some engagement with your whole core. So feel the aliveness of your center. Take a breath here. As you exhale, let the knees move a little bit towards one side. Still see if you can keep engagement with your core. Keep both shoulders down. As you breathe in, we're going to slowly bring the knees back over the hips. Exhale, engaging the core firmly as you bring the hips just slightly over to the other side. This is our warm-up. Breathe in as the knees come up, and then experiment as you exhale to see how much further over do you want to go. We are not trying to strain the back. This is a key. So keep the emphasis on your core, and that might mean making the movement, the range of movement smaller. If your core does not feel sufficiently challenged, you may want to experiment with straightening the legs a little bit or a lot, and continue to do this movement, keeping the shoulders grounded and working slowly so it's not momentum, it's more of your core and the spine stretching. Let's do a couple more on each side. Of course, if your body says to stop sooner, I know you're listening to your body. With your next inhale, or whenever you feel complete, let's bend the knees and release the block off to one side. Draw the knees in towards the chest to help relax the low back. Let's place the left foot on the mat and cross the right ankle over the left knee. See how this feels. Just allowing a gentle stretch along the hips. You may want to add movement for your right knee, moving towards you and away. You may want to draw the left knee towards you if that doesn't strain the right knee. Again, you could add some small movement here. And then let's try a slightly different position for this right leg. So you can place your left foot down if it was lifted and cross perhaps at the knees or somewhere between your right ankle and right knee over the left knee. See how that feels. Again, you might want to add a little rocking here. That might feel good. Or you may want to draw the knees in towards your chest with this cross-legged position. Adding any movement. Gently coaxing the hips to relax. The hips provide so much stability of strength for us, and coaxing them into a gentle stretch so that they also feel very comfortable with more mobility. And we'll add a gentle twist here. So we're going to place the left foot down and slide the hips over towards the right side and bring the knees over to the left side. This is where a block might be handy to place under your right leg or under the left thigh to prevent the twist from being too deep for you. So make sure that that feels good to your spine and your hip. Let's take a couple more breath cycles. Breathe in deeply and exhale, release. Maybe hug the navel inward to help release all of the breath, all of what doesn't work, what no longer is needed. Inhale, breathe in fully. Exhale and release. Breathe in and draw the knees back up. Realign the hips. We'll uncross the legs. And take a moment to bring both knees in towards your chest. Then place the right foot down or cross left ankle over the right knee. Maybe adding movement for the left knee. Maybe drawing right knee towards you. Positioning the hands in whatever way supports the stretch for you. If you're finding any sense of increased tension or strain or stress in the left knee or anywhere, do less. Maybe bring the right foot down. Maybe walk the right foot further forward so you're not having as much flexion for the knee and hip. Gently place the right foot down if it's been lifted, and let's experiment with crossing the left leg over the right in a slightly different way, maybe at the knees or maybe below the knee, somewhere between the ankle and the knee. And we'll draw the knees towards you. If that does not feel good, you can keep the feet down, you can keep the right foot down. So see what feels best. You can incorporate a tiny movement. Again, gently coaxing these strong hips into a little bit more mobility and ease. If the right foot has been lifted, let's place it down on the mat again. Slide the hips over towards the left side and let the knees move over to the right side. You could use a block to support this twist, if you wish, under the left leg or the right thigh. Relax both shoulders. Take a couple more breath cycles, receiving the breath fully when you inhale and releasing it, letting it go completely when you exhale. Breathe in, and let's bring the knees up, uncross the legs, realign the hips, bring the knees in towards your chest, and take a moment now to add any other stretch or movement that feels good to your body. Moving and stretching in whatever way creates ease for the body, ease enough to relax deeply into our next pose of Shavasana, of corpse pose. So take your time on your back, staying on your back until you find this signal from within that says enough, ready for stillness. Stay on your back. I'm going to sit up and as you get settled, If you find that you need more propping, another pillow, or would rather have a blanket under your head or over you, then please provide that for yourself. You can pause this video and get what you need so that this can really be the highlight of your practice, so that this time can allow you to experience your deeper self, shedding all else. I'll read one more poem from my book. Uncertainty. Each night, declare an ending. Each night, declare an ending. Abide and release into the gap of uncertainty. Each morning, uncertainty in hand, wake into the day of a new beginning. Each moment, ending and beginning, receive and embrace the field of presence. Open wide, clear the way for endings. Live with uncertainty. Heart leads the way. Allow yourself to rest in the space between what's ending and what's beginning. Stay as long as you'd like, perhaps 10 or 15 more minutes. Give yourself this gift of connection to who you really are, who you always are. The field of presence and love and peace.